I look around at the people that I work with every single day. I look at them and I realize they are why I am who I am. It's only through their inspiration, only through their encouragement that I can even think that I am a teacher worthy of any kind of award.
So inspiring to hear, and that is Anthony Chancellor, a Belle Isle Enterprise Middle School teacher. He was named OKCPS Teacher of the Year. He joins us live this morning, as well as President and CEO of the Foundation for Oklahoma City Public Schools, Mary Malone. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you.
It's just a pleasure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a huge deal. It really is.
Yeah, I'm still overwhelmed.
To be
Absolutely.
recognized by your peers and by the foundation and by your students.
Absolutely.
Talk about the classes that you do teach.
So I teach middle school students, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. I'm an elective teacher. 6th graders get to take 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, and then my 7th and 8th graders have an option of 7 Habits or Leadership.
Which are things that are just so important, and I imagine you're sparking tremendous conversation amongst these age groups about this topic. Mary, what was it that you heard, and I'm sure you heard about Anthony before this all went down, what were kinds of things that you were hearing about him?
Well, he is clearly a leader in his field, and from my perspective, it is so wonderful to be able to recognize all teachers, but especially Anthony, who is doing such amazing things for our students. I personally think he has a great shot at getting State Teacher of the Year. He is the epitome of professionalism and dedication to his students.
Which is just so wonderful to hear. I think, what do you love being, what do you love about being a teacher here in Oklahoma? We've heard a lot, right? We hear about what is not working. What is working in our schools?
One of the things that we have to realize is the teachers care, and they care very deeply about the students. And the teachers, what they're doing every single day is what matters the most. And the students come in and they are overwhelmed by what they're seeing the teachers do and the impact the teachers have in their life. We know, statistically speaking, that the teacher is the most important thing that is going on in education, and the teacher in the classroom is what matters the most.
Right, that trumps everything. Does not matter. The teacher is the #1, and that is so true. Doesn't matter anything else. So important. What about your students? I imagine that they inspire you as you have inspired them. I imagine they give you the strength on days when it is tough.
Absolutely. In fact, in my leadership class, I have a quote in one of our sections that I talk about, and we talk about what it takes to be a leader. And one of the things and the traits that we talk about is that leaders have to be inspired to inspire. And when I enter into that conversation, I tell them that they are what inspires me. It's their stories, it's their life stories, it's what they're going through and what they've overcome that encourages me to go to work every day.
Isn't that so true? And Mary, I imagine you have a similar feeling. You're seeing so much of what is going well, and when you all are adding that financial support or other types of support to OKCPS.
We do see that, and I think that's so important to highlight, because what you see so often are the stories that are negative. And so there are so many good things going on in our district. There are so many wonderful stories of amazing teachers, amazing principals. We got to focus on that, and so I appreciate you all for letting us share this amazing story of Anthony and all of the teachers that are doing great things.
What is a way that parents can best support our teachers? Parents, I think, so often are eager to help in some way. How do we best support you in the work that you're doing with our children?
I think one thing that all teachers would like to see more is just open communication. So many times, the student will come home and they'll say, well, I don't have any homework or whatever, and only maybe that's partly true. And so to have parents engage more with the faculty and the staff and the teachers, just to support what we're doing and then have those open conversations is what's really needed.
Right, keep that conversation going as the little ones are young. Start that conversation. Sometimes I find you have to have that downtime for a little bit, and then you can kind of get into talking about the day and hearing, how we can help you. And I think with the communication, email and phone calls and things like that, it's a little easier, but we have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Anthony, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So excited for you, and look forward to seeing you continue on in this competition as you head to the district and state level. Mary, thank you.
Thank you,
So
Maggie.
wonderful to have you here, and appreciate all the work that you're doing as well in the schools.